Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, well, for the guys that are just coming across this channel, I want to let you know that whatever we do here is centered around what you see on your screen, which is what? Financial market, forex trading as a whole. All right. I want to welcome you guys to this awesome place where we tell a lot of story, where we share insights on the market, and also we talk about random things, random topics, random conversations, share ideas, and pretty much spend our productive time on, doing live streaming and all of that. Okay, currently, as I'm saying this, I just think this live stream has been eating into my precious time, which is a what's going on? Okay, yeah, something was happening outside my front yard, so just wanted to be sure. Okay, so I'm happy to be here. I love being here, and that's why I take out time to, go off my work because I'm not jobless. I have work. Some people think I'm jobless, but I'm not. All right, but that's by the way. So currently we are looking at Euro USD for this afternoon, or rather, we make mention of major pairs. So basically, we focus on major pairs. All right. So um, when we say major pairs, pretty much making reference to Euro USD, British Pound USD, Aussie Dollar USD, New Zealand Dollar USD, and maybe we can add USD Canadian Dollar into the equation. All right. So, look at that news. Look at what that news is doing on Canadian Dollar UXD. I don't know, for some reason today I'm feeling like I want to do random things, which is not a good feeling because I like to box myself. I like to box myself into something that I know about. My network is really crappy right about now. My network is crappy right about now. So, well, if you look at my chart, you will see there are a couple of things that is missing there, which I obviously removed some, tools that I initially had on the chart. On the other side, we have here the XNX chart. Basically, we'll be using XNX to execute any trade we deem fit enough for us to take, and that's that about that. So, in order not to waste time, would pretty much go through the market, have some bias, look for some speculations, find out what market is doing, and maybe we can strategize a way by which we can actually attack the market today. So, what I would most likely be focusing today would be we'll be looking at DXY, and we will be using that in having some sort of confluence to what we would want to do on any major pairs that we deem fit that we should take. All right. And for the guys that joined the morning section, they will pretty much understand and remember that we favored Aussie dollar for a buy. All right, remember we favored Aussie dollar for a buy, and I still maintain that premonition and that fact around that. I don't know why Aussie dollar is what is capturing my attention, but ideally the best currency pair to trade during this hour would most likely be Euro USD or British Pound USD, because those are the pair that we saw in the morning. They were more active, and apart from that, even there are some fundamental reasons why that is the case, because Euro USD and British Pound USD move more, or rather has more volume, most especially when you're trading during the London session and the New York session. All right. When you're trading the London and the New York session, it only makes sense that you should trade the currency pair of that period. All right. And the currency pair for that period is largely centered around the session. All right, London session, obviously London uses British pound, so it makes sense that it should move faster and quicker during that time. Same thing goes to maybe a Euro USD. All right, London session, New York session, all of them overlaps with the Eastern, what do you call it, the UTC time zone and all of that. But the bottom line I'm just trying to say is that during London session and New York session, it makes sense you trade those two pairs, Euro USD, British Pound USD. Sometimes you can take some trade on Aussie Dollar USD, which we would want to do now, but nothing exciting yet. We will need to look at the market to come up with a speculation and a bias to that. Okay. So with that said, we would have just an overview of what's going on Aussie Dollar USD. Then from there, we can drive our attention more towards other major pairs. Okay, but in the meantime, I would pretty much like to go to DXY, and the reason why is because it's DXY. You see what I did there. You see what I did there. All right. So the reason why is because we need to look at DXY. Some interesting rhymes there. Don't mind me. I'm just joking around. First of all, pardon me. I would want to say good afternoon to everyone that is joining live. Each and everyone that is joining live, I would say afternoon to you guys. And if you're joining from any other part of the world that is not afternoon, I say good day to you. And I hope you are having a wonderful afternoon out there. Like we always do, if you're joining us for the first time, and you think that what we are doing here is going to be beneficial to you, you know what to do. Pretty much subscribe, turn on the notification. That way you will be part of the community, you'll be part of the family, and for every time we go on live session like this, you would always get to see the notification and you have the opportunity to join. On the other hand, we have a Discord channel where we have those community like I made mention about, and basically I notify my community there on times I want to go on live stream like this, so that way you will not miss any time that we come live to pretty much look at the market and try to see opportunities out there that we can jump on to help our lives. All right. So with that said, if you're joining live as expected, I'll recommend you give us the like. All right. The like is your like. So that's why we are begging you to give us the like. All right. We are begging you, not that we would get nothing from that, but we are begging you because we know that there are a lot of guys out there that would want to benefit from content like this, and the only way to make it reach them is when you give us the like, so that the algorithm can pretty much suggest the live stream for whoever is interested out there. And that's basically why we ask you to like the video. Then you can always share with your family, friends, well-wisher, ex, lover, girlfriend, boyfriend, spiritual head, basically anyone out there that you feel like pretty much would love content like this. Okay, so without wasting time, let's head into the chat. I think we've had preliminary talk enough for the day. So on this side, I came up with some interesting ideas in how we can limit those little losses or those inconsistent entries that we have. Trying to find a way we can make it better. And while I was going through the chat, because like I told you guys, I have passion for this. I love doing this. So even when I'm not trading, I'm actually looking at the chart. I'm actually backtesting, and I'm actually trying to put ones and twos together to see how I can better myself in the technical approach, or how I look at the market, and the general knowledge around the whole thing, and the reason why we are here. Because it would not make sense if we bring out our precious time, which some people feel like they have enough time, but times are precious, all right? So we can't bring out our precious time and come out here and apparently not to gain anything out of it. So the point I'm just trying to say is that it's necessary that, if we are going all out in an adventure like this, which is Forex adventure, would recommend that it's something you would have to put in your time, your full course, and your energy in if you really want to get it. But if you just want to do it as, maybe a part-time thing, or just want to do it for fun, it's still fine and good. You are welcome. And yeah, enough talk for the talk. So on DXY, what do we see that is happening on DXY? All right. So if we look at DXY, we can pretty much see some obvious things that are going on here. Okay. And what I would want to do is to gain the overall movement of what the market has been doing. And from what I see here, we had an interesting sell-off here before we had a reversal at this point here, and we can see some series of movement that brought us up all the way there before the market plunged into some um, intermediate sell-off here. So what do we think? What price level are we looking for to categorically say that DXY is bullish? And when I mean DXY, I'm talking of dollar index. DXY is dollar index. So if you want to know the strength of the dollar in the market, what you should be looking at is the DXY. And like I told you guys, if the DXY is going up, expect other guys to go down. If the DXY is going down, expect other guys to go up. It's not usually like that because I've actually experienced where DXY was going up and British pound was going up with it. That was the first time I experienced it. I'm like, wow, okay. So this is possible where dollar is going up and maybe a British pound will be like, yeah, damn you, I can do as well as good as you are. And British pound was really giving dollar a run for its money. But that's by the way. I'm not here. Let's not digress. But the point I'm just trying to paint is that that's the fundamental approach on how these things are meant to happen. But it's not always like that. There are times things differ. All right. The same way you will see an entry and you will feel like, okay, this entry is a good entry and you should jump on it and stuff like that. But when you jump on it, you now figure out that, okay, this entry wasn't the best entry, and you get wrecked, and things like that do happen. All right, so let's just get our speculation because I think we've pretty much had the chit chat for now. So I would want to come up with how the price came up to that point. All right, so one thing I can see for sure, let me start from here. Okay, this is on Wednesday. I would like to start from Monday. So Monday started around here. Okay, Monday started around here. And if we look at what price did before that Monday, we can see a swing here. There's also a swing here, a swing here. So the ideal thing I would say is that uh, let's just do this. This is speculation. Is not like we are actually. So I'm drawing out the market movements, all the swings that I can see, or rather the obvious ones that I can see. Okay, we have this also, and maybe we'll have something like this here, and we have in between swings here, but I don't recommend them to be much. You know, to be honest, I think I would go with the obvious ones. Let me not go with the tiny ones. All right, let's just go with the obvious ones. All right, so you would get the bigger picture when I'm done drawing out these things. I think these guys are enough to be considered as bigger picture. This guy all the way down here can be considered as another one. Then market came all the way here. I don't value this guy to be much of a pullback considering a market that plunged it up, so I will keep the high here. Okay, we had an interesting pull in there, and the market pretty much sold off all the way down here. Then we had a slight pull up here and another pull down, then another pull up here, another pull down. I know this might be tiny, and this you might be wondering what's this guy doing, but like I said, you will get the bigger picture when I'm done. We have another pull in here, a swing down here, maybe something up here, there, another in here, down, up. We have something that came back down in here, another swing here. We came back up, another down here, we came back up, another down here, we came back up, another down here, came back up. Maybe we can consider this one here. It came up and down again, then we came back up. Then now you can see the price came down. We have a bounce, a slight bounce there, and up and down again. We have something like that nature, a down, and now we can see where the market is currently at. Okay, so we'll leave it here for now. We can just leave it there. Okay, so this is what DXY has pretty much been doing before now. Remember, we spend more of our time on the 15-minute time frame, so this is the 15-minute time frame that we are currently looking at. Just in case if you're wondering what time frame this dude is using, so the time frame I'm using, as you guys can see, is the 15-minute time frame. All right, so let's head back into it again and see the picture or what we think price is currently doing. Okay, so now we can see a couple of parts that the price has been moving, and now we need to pinpoint out the important swings or the important level. Okay, the biggest I can see here is this one here. Okay, so if we get the high and the low of that, I will be using this line to trace the highs and the lows. That way we can track who is in control or what trend is in control. Okay, as you can see, the low, the high here is not, is it tested yet? It's not yet tested. So you see that high there is not yet tested. Okay, but this low is already tested. Okay, so now you see market came down there and bounced on it. This is at the point where market tested it and broke it. So since market broke it, the high that is in control would be the swing high that broke it, which is that high there. Then we can see what the market has been doing in that range. Then the new low will be this low. What you're seeing here is just simple SMC. For the guys yesterday, I was making mention of ICT. A couple of you guys weren't responding, maybe because I'm the only one left in the live streaming, or maybe honestly the people that was joining at the point I was doing the live streaming, none of them had an idea of ICT, that is the inner cycle trader. But I would recommend you guys to go read up on it. If you read up on it, then whatever you're seeing on the chat would not look so strange to you, but I believe you still gain context while we proceed. So let's proceed. All right, so you see this high and this low is what's in control. You can see what the market has been doing, trading in that range, then eventually broke out of it here. So immediately broke out of it there. The low in charge now is this low. Okay, that's the low in charge now. Every other low there is not so much valid. That's the low that is in charge now. Then the market set a high here. Okay, you see how the market pulled back down into there. Your entry will be here. Assuming you wanted to trade a continuation of that breakout, your entry would have been around there. For a continuation, you see the market came again, broke out that high there. So the low in control now is this low. Okay, then the high that should be protected is this high. Okay, you see the market came again, broke that high. So what can you see? This is series of higher lows and higher high, which means the market is bullish at the point you are seeing this. You see that was the high, the market came here, broke out that high. Which low broke it? That is the low there. we can consider it to be those double low there. So we can either put it, let's put it on the most recent one that the market is in breaking it, which is there. Then we'll move this one to the high. Remember the high the market created, which is around that place. Okay, now we are back into that. You see the market traded down. We have some wiggle there. All right, we had that wiggle until the market came and did what? Came here and broke the low. Okay, market came here, broke the low. Then you see that sell off. So first of all we'll move it to the high that broke that low, which is this high here, which is that high is the high in control. I will move it to that low the market set before that. That was the low. We saw another pullback up there. We have a sell off there. Now we saw that sell off. Which high is in control? This is the high in control. And which low should they protect now? This is the low they should protect. Okay, so now we've been able to determine what price range that the market is currently trading in. So the range the market is currently trading in, as you can see, is the top there, and this one is the bottom. All right, so let's even tag them. We'll call this bottom. So it's bottom double T, right? Yeah, bottom. We'll call this top. Okay, so that's the bottom, that's the top right there. So what do we do, or what do we do? So it's very important to see what price does if it breaks that level. Okay, so the question now is, do we want price to only break this high here, or are we considering this week that they dropped here? Well, either ways they won't do it. I don't know, but for me, if price starts to close above that top, all right, if price starts to close above that top, then there is high chances that maybe we can get an entry around there. And remember how we came about the whole the path up until this point, and you can see how the market reacts on when it has an obvious trend. Okay, so for now we can see an obvious sell. All right, and the top of that the top that the market should hold to maintain the authenticity of them continuing to sell the market is that top. All right, then the low that they are aiming to break to continue going down is the bottom. Whereas reverse is the case. If the bulls want to take over, the bulls will want that top to be taken out. Then the bulls are taking this low, the bottom part, as their stop loss. So most people's stop loss will be lying below there. That's that about that. So what do we think on DXY based on this little speculations and story we are trying to come up with? It's simple. We are looking at a DXY that is currently trying to break out of a bearish trend to a bullish trend. Just call a spade a spade. There is no need to make it complex. There is no need to complicate the issue. Sometimes our problems are very simple, but when we start thinking about them, we turn it into an issue. Okay, so now we have a close above it. As you guys can see, we have a breakout above it, and price also closed above it. But the only issue I have is this top wick here. But let's just consider this to be a breakout, okay? Because the candle body is what we are paying attention to. All right, so the real deal here is that the candle body managed to close above the top line, which is looking good. So what do? It means if DSY is going to buy, that means we are looking to short all the major pairs. All right, so now what we can do is we can go down to the major pair and see what price is doing there, and see how we can either align ourselves or run away from the market, depending on what we're able to come up with. Okay, So I would want to start with Aussie dollar. Okay, I would like to start with Aussie dollar because um, ideally, ideally, as you guys can see, uh, what happened to our drawing? Our drawing just disappeared. Did we delete it? Okay, yeah, it just appeared now. I would have said, I was wondering how come the drawings disappeared, but they are back now. So, um, yeah. So the good thing is that the good thing is that the good thing is that price broke and closed above the top, which is a good thing. So the thing we should look out for now is a pullback, then a continuation. That is, if we are going with the mindset that it's going to be a straight buy on from there. But one thing I would want to know is I would want to see what price does with this week they dropped here. All right. Remember, there was a first attempt for price to break out of that top, which failed. And that was what caused that top wick you see there. See that top wick there? That is what caused the price to drop that top wick. So the point now is this is still our top, but I would want to say I would want to tag this one clear, the clear out spot. Clear out spot. Okay. So what do I mean by clear out spot? I'm just coming up with names basically. So this clear out spot is like the damage the market did trying to move up the first time. So it's necessary that they also show us that they are serious in the buy, and for them to show us that they are serious on a dollar buy means that make sure we need to make sure that whatever damage they did, that they clear it out. We need the market to be clean as much as possible for us to enter. All right. So that's my view on that. So that's why I might have to exercise some more patience to see how the market manages to clear out that spot. So if price manages to close above it, it increases our chances. Then we can start looking for our entry on the other pairs. But while we are waiting for that, I will add an alert there. Okay, I'll just add an alert there. So if market reaches that price level, we will be notified about it, so we can either jump on it or make decision based on what price is doing at that level. Let's get to Euro USD, to the next guy. So on Euro USD, we'll do similar thing as we did on British Pound USD, but this time around we might not go so backwards like we did, because already you can see we started our drawing from I think it was from Friday. It was from last week actually. Where did we start? We started from last week Wednesday. So we started from last week Wednesday to draw out this pattern you see, and already we can see clearly on the on the on the chart the levels we are looking for an important breakout on, which is what we are already seeing there. So let's go over to Euro USD. So on Euro USD, let's see what price has been doing here. All right, so in order not to go way deep in the past, we can pull out our part drawing and start to mark out the most important swings that we can see. This is one, came back down. So another one here, which has maybe this one also. All right, then we came down here, maybe this one also. Here we have something around here. Okay, then price came here. You have this interesting swipe down, which gave a very nice range around there. Okay, very nice range there. We have an internal, just tiny internals that occurred here, and after that we saw this interesting push all the way up here. I might even consider it to be all the way up there. I might maybe you can add this. This is an obvious swing. I don't think I need to. Yeah, this is an obvious swing, so we can add that also. And yeah, around here we had something like a bounce here, but it didn't break any level, so it's an internal, and we can see where euro is currently trading at. I'll keep it here so that we can see what price is doing there. So just like we have for, so I'm in between having this to be our low and also having this to be our main low. Okay, so those are the two situations that I find myself in. So for me, I would say I would want to make it one swing. I would want to make it one swing, so I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do that actually. Yeah, I just don't want to redraw this pattern again, so I'm just keeping it this way. All right. So for me, the main low for me, I might be wrong. I actually think there's a swing here, but due to there was no test on our EMA, that's why I'm freestyling that. So I would say this is the bottom. I would say that's the bottom for me, and maybe I can maintain that this is the top here for me. I'll maintain that this is still the top for me. All right, so this is so we have a very huge range on euro for me, in my opinion. But well, I'm just thinking about it. I just don't like. So whenever you see a drawing and you're having, that feeling like, is it a swing or not? Trust me, if you're having that feeling, then that means it's not a swing. It's not an actual swing. So I'll just remove that. All right. It's a pullback, yes, but he gave a swing though. There's a swing there. Okay. There's a swing there. Don't worry. There's a swing there. There's no need. I can see the swing. It's clearly there. It's just maybe not in the place I would want it to be. So I would take this to be the low then. All right. So let's come up to the British pound USD. Don't know why I want us to do this for all the pairs. Okay, I already have a drawing here. But I will remove it so we can draw a fresh one. Okay, I'll just draw from here that I know there was a trend to change around there. And this is the move there. Okay, we came here. Okay, no, there was an initial little bounce here, but it's an internal. Okay, but those internals are still necessary because market moves from internal to external. All right. So everything starts from the internal, then goes to the external. On British pound USD, obviously you can see the low is already taken out, and this guy is already on a full-fledged down movement, or at least the market structure here has switched to a bearish move. And for the obvious reason that you can see there, the bottom is already taken out and market closed below it. Okay, that's for the obvious reason there. And you can also look at this. This looks like a head and shoulder. This looks like a head. This is I don't know, you call it the right shoulder, the head, the left shoulder. The neckline is already broken out. Now you can see this sell is looking real on British pound. Okay, I have a swipe now. Okay, you see, just right about when British pound sell is getting real, you can see how the XY is testing that high. We remember that high I pointed out, that clear out high. If price closes above it, I will be looking for a sell. But the only issue now is that you can see that Euro USD for some reason is very, very stubborn. You can see only Euro USD is still currently trading in the range that it has. Euro USD is yet to break its bottom. But if you look at British Pound USD, British Pound has already broken its bottom, and you can see the follow-up sell there looking very healthy and strong. So there is a massive sale going on British Pound USD. Although it's late for us to enter now, the only time we would enter is if we see a pullback into that zone, then we can continue selling the market down. On the other part, Australian dollar USD, you can see how everybody is now selling off. That's that market correlation I'm telling you about. All the major pairs, you can pretty much see a reasonable amount of sell-off that is coming into play right there. Whereas if you go on the DXY, you can see the opposite is happening, as you see market is totally buying. For the guys that are joining live, I'll require you guys to, rally for money and buy me red wine. You have to buy me red wine because the information I'm giving you here is top notch. I'm not telling you, I'm not boboing you. You would bear witness that what I tell you, you see it on the chat. So I'm just giving you guys some one or two knowledge that I know about my humble self. You see how interestingly that buy is coming in. Very, very interestingly, the buy is coming in. All right. So you can see we have 1 minute remaining for this candle to close. I think everything has been cleared out. We have a clear path for a buy on DXY, which means the ripple effect on the major pairs will be a sell. So now it's a question of which price action should we go with. Should we go with the ones that has more high sell going on in them, or should we go with a Euro USD that is moving quite slow but reasonably okay? So those are the two questions I would want to ask you guys before we jump on execution. Because it's very, very important. All right. But the good thing is that some of the speculations we have and some of the expectations we have, you can see price has been obeying them so far. Okay. So right now, what do we do from here? Okay. What we can do from here is, if we see a close above here now, I think I would want to sell. Shit, I'm now confused. Which one should I sell? Which one should we jump on? If we look at Aussie dollar, we still have liquidity line all the way down there, so there is still reasonable distance to go. If we come to British pound, oh, British pound is looking way juicier because there is a lot of liquidity lying on British pound. I think I will be quite interested to see what British pound does. So first of all, we need to know what high gave us that breakout. So if we are to readjust, this will be the top here. Okay, here will now be the top. British pound is looking more like head and shoulder. So for me, what you can do is bring your Fibonacci, pull it down all the way to whatever high the market creates. So what you can be looking for on British pound would be a price level from there. Okay, a pullback towards there and maybe a continuation coming in. So if we can pull back into that zone there, would expect price to react and sell off towards the downside. On the other part, let's still look at what British. You see, Euro USD is still not agreeing with the general trend of the market. You can see that Euro USD is still trading inside that range. So Euro USD is yet to be bearish. It's still bullish. So far that this low is not yet taken out, I still consider it to be bullish. That's my own opinion on that. On British pound USD, I think there is a clear confirmation here. You can see at the point where the market flipped to a bearish market structure, and if we expect the pullback to come in, then the entry will be there. Most likely here should be your stop loss. Okay, there should be your stop loss, but you can go with the outer guy just to be safe. um on the Aussie dollar also, let's see what's going on there. On the Aussie dollar, due to I was quite bullish on Aussie dollar, so it's very difficult for me to now start flipping to a bearish bias, so I will leave Aussie dollar alone for today. Let's see what's happening on New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, on the other hand, has been on series of I don't know, this price action is not so fun to look at, so I'm leaving this one. Obviously, I'm not trading this market. The market is everywhere. It's even hard to look at. So now we've eliminated New Zealand dollar, so we have eliminated Euro USD, at least for now, because of the fact that they are yet to trade below. The only currency pair that is in line with what DXY is doing is British pound. All right, so British pound has broken out from its low, whereas on DXY also, DXY has broken out on its high. Okay, so what we can do is you can also bring the Fibonacci here on the DXY. It's as simple as that. We'll keep it right there. So we can put an alert here. So if market starts to come towards that 50% zone, we want market to notify us, telling us that DXY is in a good place for a buy, which means we can now go and look for an opportunity to sell either British pound, most likely, because British pound is the only one that is most close to what we expect from price. But currently you can see that where market is trading is still far. We need a considerable amount of pullback that would land us into that zone there for a continuous sell off. All right, while I'm doing this, if you love what we do here, I don't think I need to say aid. I'm trying to understand what you said, why be fair, and I want to apologize for each and every one of you. So most times I spend my time looking at the chat, so I don't really see your messages when it comes in. I only see them when I go back to the YouTube live streaming dashboard. That's the only time I can see you guys chat. So I'm trying to see what you mean by aid, but you can throw more context to that so I can have a better understanding of what you're trying to say right there. Okay, remember to keep on giving the likes. That's the only way we can gain from spending our time here. Like I said, I'm not a jobless man. I actually have things that I'm doing. I'm actually employed. I have a boss, but due to the fact that I love doing this, that's why I spend more time here. You know, I pray that my okay on the previous candle. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Why, Amaka? Not necessarily. So it depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, AUD. Okay, Australian dollar. Yeah. So yeah, my take on that is yes. Okay, you are opting for Australian dollar. Okay, I think why America just want to try something different. But yeah, I really appreciate that. So let me address the first pullback you said. So yeah, it's on the candle, but there are so many ways to kill a bird, so there is no one way streak to this. All right, I keep on saying that there are so many ways you can achieve so many things out of trading, depending on whatever strategy or approach you want to use. Okay, so if you are going with the candle approach, which is I think that's I know what you are referring to, Wanyamaka, because you're part of the community, you've seen me trade, and I believe we are still saying the same thing. So when you use the candles, and the candle you are talking about is obviously the order block, all right? So you can use order blocks, you can use fair value gaps, you can use Fibonacci tool, you can use Gann box, depending on anyone you want to use, but all of them are just entry confirmation tools, all right? The other block is, the block you would want to, you're expecting a reaction from the market. So if market should pull back into that zone, there is high chances there will be more buyers coming in at that level. All right. So an example why I would not recommend, maybe we can still recommend it. So if you want to go with an order block here, most likely your setup will look something like this. Okay, so that means you are now using this candle here, then maybe your entry will be all the way there, which is fair enough. You can see it greatly increases um, your winning size, but it also decreases your entry opportunity. It means for you to have an entry, market needs to pull into that zone. If we overlay the Fibonacci, let's overlay the Fibonacci and see how what Fibonacci level that aligns with. You see, that level is in between the 78 and the 60% zone, which is considered as the best entry zone. So if you look at these Fibonacci levels, you'll see there is a 20, there is 38, there is 50, there is 61, there is 78. And from the color, you can even see that the color is already even telling you is already passing some message to you. So it's saying if you buy from this pullback, and you can see the current pullback that is in there is on the 23% level. The 23% level is marked as red, which means is danger. It's enough to be a pullback, but it's a dangerous pullback, so it means it's not the safest pullback you can get. This one is yellow, which means warning. It means okay, the pullback is fair enough. Green means life, okay? It means 50% pullback is enough. Here is a fair value pullback for you. If it gets to here, you can see the color is now turning slightly into blue, all right? Which means that's the safest place you can get, all right? The best entry you can get will be towards that entry. So what you are saying is still right, but if we can get a safe entry, which is the 50%, it's still fair enough. And mind you, if you are using position size calculation, it means that regardless of your stop loss pips, you would still have the same risk across board. All right. Maybe the only difference, like I pointed out, is you're winning your winning percent. All right, the amount you stand to win at the end of the day. So I am open for questions to answer further questions on that, but yeah, that's that about the fib. So what you said is right. You can still use the candle approach, and also you can still use the fib approach on that. So yeah, Wayamaka is saying she wants us to look at Aussie dollar. Okay, that's fine. That's good. So we have I myself I'm rooting for British pound USD, and we have someone else in the stream that is rooting for us to short uh, Aussie dollar. All right. So let's see. On the other side, you can see Euro is somehow about to succumb to the trend, which is fair. Okay. On the other side, we can see some level of stalling going on here, which I think most likely is the market trying to find a pullback, which is fair enough. So So this top, I'm going to remove it, and until we have a pullback, then we can add the top back. But for now, we don't have a definitive top. Okay, I will remove this clear out spot because the work already that we need it for is already done. So until we see a reasonable pullback, that's only when we can add a top. Okay, but for now, the top is not yet determined until we have an interesting swing formed there. While DXY is developing, what we can do, remember, we always use our fib for entry. Okay, so our 50% level now has increased a little bit, slightly a little bit. That's around there. Like I said, the best entry you can get, apart from this 50%, sometimes the market can reach all the way to 60. Sometimes it can reach all the way to 70. So if it reaches all to 70, that's like the best entry you can get. All right, the most juicy entry you can get is around there. So if you are someone that you like to trade quick entry, you don't like market to give you proper swing and all of that, what you can do is you can start laying up your orders at those levels. Starting from the 50% level, maybe you can put your first entry here, second entry here, third entry here. So maybe a 3 entry. The first entry will be here. So if market comes there, it will pick your order. If market comes there, it will pick the order here and also the order at the 61% level. Then if the market is able to pull down into that 78, it will also pick that order. All right, but that is for someone that is trading multiple entries. I myself, I only go for 1 entry at a time, at least for now. Okay, so for now I would pay close attention to what price is doing, and for now we'll be trailing each candle on this top. So each candle that is forming, we'll be placing this top on it so that we can track the top we have. Remember, the low for me, okay, not even for me, I can even consider something like this. Okay, so we have something that came here. We had a very slight pullback there, so I think maybe our low might come up a little bit. Okay, so we have this here before the market plunged up. So I would recommend this to be our bottom rather than that one there. Okay, so even looking at DXY, you can see clear picture. This is a reversal of what's going on British pound. Remember, right shoulder, head, left shoulder. You see it's the reversal, just the reversal. You see the same thing, right shoulder, head, left. You can't misplace it. You can't misplace it. We have similar thing forming here, but this one is not yet complete because it's yet to take out the low we want them to take out. So for me, euro is still looking bullish as ever. They are yet to change the overall trend. They are still holding that low very, very strong. Okay, that bottom, as you guys can see, you see they are trying to go below it, but the market keeps on bringing it back in. So we are in between shorting Aussie dollar. Let's look at Aussie dollar, right? Since one Amaka said Aussie dollar is what she wants, let's see what Aussie dollar has been doing for quite a while now. Where do we start? Let's start from let's start from here all the way down. We have some wiggle move here, but I'll take it around here. Go down here, another down. There's very tiny move going on here. It's very dirty, but everything that is happening here is not valid until, remember, the one that is in control is this high here and this low. Until either the high or the low is taken out, market came here, took out the low. Okay, so this is like the strong low. Market came back up here, came back down, up again, We have some interesting up and down here. Now the market came all the way down. So if you look at Aussie dollar, you can see the high is here. Or wait, let's see. Let's look at it properly. Don't make a mistake. So this was it here. This was the main high. Okay. See, that was the main high. You can see there was an attempt to break out of it here, but they did manage to close above it. So for me, I would consider this to be our main high, but the market is still bearish. Okay, so if that's our main high, this will be our main low, and you can see how market broke that low. I'll call this bottom. I have work to do. Oh, my goodness me. I have work to do and I'm doing live streaming. They should not sack me, I beg. All right. I will just pray that my boss will not see me. I'm here doing live streaming and I get work to do. All right. So back to the matters. All right. So we can see that's the top there. And this was the bottom. As you guys can see, the bottom was taken out here. So that means so you see the correlation I'm talking about. You see how all the major pairs are in the same condition. All of them are trading separately, but all of them are in the same, almost the same condition. And just like I told you guys, if DXY is doing one thing, the major pairs are doing the opposite. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Just at the point that we saw that DXY was breaking out from the subsequent, or the previous bearish trend, the series of lower highs and the lower lows, markets shift from it to a higher low and a higher high. So all we need is a pullback, a reasonable pullback for a continuation. So the only place I see it looking quite juicy or interesting, in my own opinion, is here on British Pound USD. Okay, on British Pound USD is the place I'm seeing it looking juicy and interesting to take. Let's see how our EMA correlates with all those buyers. So I'm going to I'll leave Aussie dollar. I'll still leave Aussie dollar here. Maybe I'll leave it and see what Aussie dollar is going to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to add British pound on this chart. Oh God, British pound is the best. Come on, I don't want to hear any other thing. I'm trading British pound. I don't care. I'm taking a trade on British pound. If I get wrecked, let me get wrecked. I rest my case. So why do I want to go for a British pound? Do you guys remember what I told you guys about the moving average trading approach? Let me see if you guys remember. If you remember, type remember in the chat section. For anybody that joined during the live streaming when we looked at the EMA approach to trading. Let's do it quick because there's no time. So if you're here, and I believe there are like 3 people watching me according to the statistics I'm seeing here. I don't know, but yeah, I can see concurrent viewers are 3. So if you're there, if you know, just give me a remember in the chat. If you don't, I will explain again. There's no 2 ways about it. I will explain again. But I just want to know if you guys are paying attention and if you guys are even with me based on what I've been, I'm looking at here. Although I must say, yeah, no, there's liquidity line below. So what is greatly increasing my bias is the fact that The 21 EMA is currently trading below the 100 EMA, and price is currently trading under the 21 EMA. And you can see how that correlates with where our pullback is. This blue line you see here is the 21 EMA, which correlates with the 21 EMA here also. So if we see a buy up into this range, I would want them to test that 100 EMA. Do you guys remember what I told you? If price is like this in this condition, whereby the 21 EMA is below the 100 EMA, price is trading below them. If price can trade into that zone, where is this pattern drawing? Can you call? I'm trying to find that drawing that I used in showing you guys the pattern, but now it seems like it's lost. I need to put that in my favorite. But the point I'm just trying to make is, if we have price trade into that 21 EMA and reject it, we'll take the trade. And you see that aligns exactly at the point where we have that 50% fib. Wait, let me see. If we draw our fib all the way from that top there, we'll be currently heading towards the 38. If we bring it down to this low, which is where we consider it, you see the 50% is just lying at that low. Wow. So the question arises now is, should we take it here? If we're taking it here, so that means our stop loss in pips will be around 20%, around 20. Let's do it, right? What do we stand to lose? What's the worst case scenario? We'll get a loss, right? That's the worst case scenario. We'll get a loss. Everybody will go and rest. So let's do it. What do you think? Let me put back the fib. This time around, I will not account for slippage. I would want them to trade into that. We still have the moving average above there. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's do the calculation then. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, they stop us out. This is not the first time they've stopped us out. So let's see. So we have like 21.3. So I go to my position size calculator. I think this will go down because I did some withdrawals. So did I have like 110 divided by 5? So we have like 22. That's a lot, but I'll go for it. What's the worst case scenario? I lose the 22. What's the stop loss in pips? We have like about 21.3. This is not financial advice. I believe if you're doing this with me, you are in, all risk is on you. So I'll go for a sell on British pound. I'll go for a sell pending. I'll put the volume, get the price. I get the price, I'll add the price, and I get the stop loss, and I add the stop loss. Yeah. So I have it there. If you want to see it, look at it there. I believe you can see my screen. The price level is looking at you there. That's this British pound USD though. So be sure you're placing it on British pound USD. We've not traded British pound USD before on our live stream, so it's quite interesting. This is my first time. So let's see if we can get a pullback into that 50% position. Then we would expect a continuation of the sell, and We can be aiming for somewhere around here, which is quite a lot, but yeah, what's the worst case scenario? We'll just put it there and see if we can get a sell off towards there and see if we can get towards that point there. Okay, so I think I need to put on some price levels here. So the ideal stop loss place should be that top, all right. But I have my reasons for taking it slightly up, but because there is high chances that they might want to come and swipe it. So I don't want a situation whereby they will come and swipe it, then still go our direction. So that's why I kept it at the previous level there. So the stop loss in pips is 21.3. So the question arises: why are we trading what we are seeing here, or what are we trading basically? Well, generally, it's simply smart money concept, or it's just your simple what's the word? Market structure: higher highs, higher low, lower high, lower low. You'll be hearing things like that a lot. So that's like the practical example of what it is. Looking at exactly on your screen. That's a typical example of what it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if they'll pick the order. Okay, I think they've been hovering around it for a while now. Nothing excited is happening so far. Euro USD is still stubborn. Still waiting for dollar to give way so it will continue to buy. On the other part, dollar is still trying to get some pullback in the zone that we would want. Let me even see where the XY is here. Mm, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Come here, DXY. Yeah, there's DXY here actually. I can even trade DXY here. But the thing now is their slippage will be okay, it's not that much. It's reasonably okay, but it's still spready. The slippage is still spready. Spready, spread. So well, I think this is looking good. I'm not gonna lie. But the only issue now is this drop down. Okay, no, there is still liquidity. There's still some tiny liquidity lying above. Hopefully, they would want to buy, because it's only when they want to buy. We have a very interesting gap here. which I think price would still want to come back to it. Look at that drop. Look at that drop there. Let's see if the price would get to that point. But for now, nothing much is going on. We are still trying to see if we can get a pullback on British pound for a continuous sell. We currently is hovering around our entry point. We are currently hovering around it. Before this price gets triggered, I want to let you guys know that what we traded today, I think he already picked my order. So moment of truth, either we get wrecked or we get the TP. Two things are involved. Either we get wrecked or we get a TP. So in the meantime, like I was saying, let me see if I can copy this. So what levels are we looking for? If price should take out, then we can either consider breaking even or closing the trade. Will be if price starts to take out all this liquidity here. We have some couple here, which is where the market reacted from. See that double bottom there? So that is like the previous liquidity level. You see that level there? You see that's exactly where the market came, and it's now giving us that pullback that we want, which is fair enough. Okay, but it would be nice to see them to continue selling off. Maybe if they can sell off all the way to that level there, then we can tag this. Let's tag this homecoming. So once we reach the homecoming level, if we can, okay, because I'm not the market mover. All right, price will continue to do what it wants to do. Mind you, nothing is casted on concrete. Everything we do here is based on speculations, and yeah, today I just decided to trade market structure. Ideally it would be nice to see price at least come to that homecoming. So if prices should reach that homecoming, we'll be seeing about 1 to 1.15 depending, whereas on the other side, if we can either maybe come, if price can get to that point, either we take partials or what we can do is move stop loss to break even with the expectation that price will race for the TP. And let me zoom out again. So if I zoom out, I can see that there are still, okay, yeah, I see there's another double bottom there, something around there. If I apply a line here, so we'll see how that correlates on the recent price. We can also put another line here, okay, or maybe here, yeah, around there. So you see that level I drew out, the first level I drew out is here, okay, which is exactly that homecoming. You see how that aligns to the homecoming part. So the first level there is the homecoming. If we can get a homecoming, that's fair, okay. Then on the other hand, if we can get the TP, which is I tell you, price is very deliberate. You see, even without looking at the previous price, just moving our TP 2 to 1, you see how that aligns almost close to the low that we pointed out here, that swing low that we drew out from there. You see how price kind of aligns towards there. And that would be around there. So if we move it all the way down there, that would be it. So that's where we'll say price is heading towards. But Remember, all these things are speculations. I will delete all this so my chart will be clean. I will delete this, maybe this. Okay, and I will leave this homecoming. I will leave the homecoming. I will leave the top. Where is my bottom? I think I removed my bottom line. I'll add another one so that we can keep track of the market structure as it is being formed, as it's being developed. So what do we want now? We want, let's head back here. Okay, so we are already in the trade. Okay, will I say fortunately or unfortunately? We are already in the trade. Fortunately is if he hits our TP, but unfortunately is if he goes against us. Okay, so it's good to always have that mindset. So like I tell you guys, whenever I enter trades, in my mind I take it as it's going to be a loss. That's the first thing I do. I take it as a loss. So if it turns out to be a win, oh, fine and good. But if it's a loss, I won't be surprised. I won't feel much pain. All right. I know why I use the word much pain. The pain will be there. There is no anybody that will tell you that there is no pain in losing is lying. But you just have to build yourself and train your mind to get used to that. So you need to get used to losing in order to win. All right, because it's you won't be winning all the time. You won't be winning all the time. You and I know that for sure. Even the bankers, even the people that claim that they have forex, they don't have 80% win. No, nobody has 80% win. You can have maybe 70, maybe 80, but no, I don't think there's anybody that will have above 80% win. Not even the best traders out there. So even the best traders would recommend that you should know how to lose. I think the best word is be a good loser. If you're a good loser, I think you would succeed in trading. But if you're not a good loser, trust me, just go and do something else because by the time you lose one, two, three, four times, you would either quit or you get frustrated. And once you get frustrated, you start involving emotions. And when you involve emotions, you know the the results. You blow your account. You start over trading. You start risking much. That's human psychology for you. You will be like, damn it, this thing I've collected $100. Why am I still having this $50 left? Okay, I wanted to use a cuss word now, but no cuss word. You'll be like, shithole. Damn it. In fact, this $50, I'm gonna risk it all or nothing. What's remaining? They've taken everything from me. That's the emotion speaking. But if you're a good loser, maybe you lost that $100. You still have $50. What you just do is, okay, I've lost big. Why did I lose big? Did I overtrade? Did I risk too much that I can take? Then how do I mitigate that? What's the best way to trade and be confident in my trade? Do I have to size down? All right. Do I have to do more back testing or more testing or more research? you know what should I do? What did I do wrong? So that those are the ways you can you know pretty much get solutions to uh, issues rather than reacting to the emotion that comes with it. Of course, anytime you lose you will feel bad. There's nobody that will lose that will be happy. Even the professional traders, yes, they will tell you don't trade with your emotions because that's factual. That's what it is. You don't have to trade with your emotions. And that's why when you see them say that, it's even a way of them talking to themselves like, calm down, be chill, you know, tomorrow is another day. If I lose today, no problem. I lose tomorrow, no problem. I lose next tomorrow, no problem. But tomorrow is another day. The good thing is, or what you should make sure is that you are in the market. All right. Don't blow your account, please. Don't blow your account, no matter what. Don't blow your account. Always try to still be in the market. The market rewards those that stay in the market longer compared to those that just come and go. Market rewards those that stay in the market longer compared to those that come and go. So if you are managing your risk properly in a way that you know you still have something to try again. You still have something to try again rather than do it the gambling mindset way or do it the emotional way. Then that's where the problem comes. Okay. What's DXY doing? DXY is still gradually dropping series of red candles, but they are not big. It's good because in this red candle, all these three red candles are still trading in one candle range, which is okay, at least so far. Okay, at least until further notice, then we can say there is wahala. But so far, I don't see any wahala per se. The only issue I may have is that I expect market to be pumping and be going up. This is Tuesday. They shouldn't be slowing down like this is another Monday. Yesterday was very slow. I don't expect today to be slow also. And the more DXY is doing this, the more the bears here or maybe the bulls here will feel like they have an opportunity, and the more they will be gradually shifting this price coming into where we don't want them to be. All right. So the earlier we see DXY pumping and showing strength, all right, the better for us. But if they keep on doing this slow movement, cheeky dropping red candles here and there, maybe eventually they will start breaking below this the EMA line, and that's not good. But the good thing is that at least we can consider this to be a pullback, okay? Because as these red candles are coming in, they are not coming in as huge as these previous ones here. You see, these ones here are way huge compared to what is going on here. So that's like the only good news I can see so far, and that's why we are still a little bit relaxed. You feel me? That's why we are still a little bit relaxed on that. So yeah, but for now, nothing to be excited about because price has not really done anything spectacular per se. On the other side, something interesting is happening. I told you guys sometimes you will see DXY going up and some other guys will be stubborn and be going up with it. As you can see, Euro USD is yet to take out that low, and you can see now they are sort of trying to form that they have the strength to go up. We wouldn't want them to go up because they will start influencing other guys to pump up. All right, that's correlations for you. That's price for you. I don't know how it happens, but it does happen. All right, if you see euro now starts to take, you know, um, getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, you because these are people trading. This is not like although some of them are bots. Okay, some of them are bots. By bots, you know what bots are, so I don't think I need to emphasize on that. Some of them are robots or bots that trade, but generally the point I'm just trying to say is that there is buying and selling going on both sides. So when when you see that euro USD is strong, I'm not saying that this always happen. I'm just trying to paint the context now. All right, if euro USD is getting strong, British pound will be like, okay, euro USD is getting strong. Why am I not strong? People will start investing, trying to buy it back in order to keep pace with what other counterparts are doing. Okay, let me even see what Aussie dollar is doing. You see, Aussie dollar is still weak. I think one before might have been right. Maybe we should have waited for Aussie dollar. Yeah, but yeah, that's bad way. I think British pound was more attractive for me. That's why I took it. But I might be right, I might still be wrong. But either ways, I'm already in, so I cannot do anything at this point. So I am in the mercy of the market. I'm in mercy of price. If price decides that okay, this guy deserves a win, fine. If he decides that okay, this guy is not going to get the win, I can't do anything much. All I can do is focus on what I have control over, which is what I need to control my emotions, I need to control my actions, I need to control how I manage my trades. All right, that's the thing I have control, but I don't have control over the outcome. All right, I don't have control over what price will do. All right, so yeah, that's all I can say about that. We have this 3 o'clock. Once it's 3:30, I might be tempted to close the stream and pretty much do some work, because to be honest, I have some pending things that I had to do, and just because that just because I like to be here, just because I like doing this live streaming of a thing, that's why I'm here. But generally, if I'm not doing this live stream, I have a couple of you know work that I need to look at, which is um, which is waiting for me until I come and do it. Because the work ain't gonna work itself, you know. The work ain't gonna work itself. Okay, so now the moment of the truth is coming. So the question now is: remember the strategy I told you guys about trading with the EMA? So the point is, remember what I told you guys? We need the price to test the 100 EMA. They should not break it. Just test it. Don't break it. Test it. Reverse back and close below the 21 EMA. The chances of getting a follow-up sell-off greatly increases. I don't know if you guys remember when I showed that video. For the guys that have been consistent on this live stream, they will bear me witness that I made a video. Not I didn't make a video. I showed that example while we were on the live stream. Okay, and yeah. So if you're not joining the live stream, trust me, you are missing a lot. You are actually missing a lot, because a lot of information and knowledge sharing is being done here. So I recommend it for each and every one of you to either pay attention, or if we are doing live streaming like this, it's also important to listen closely and pick out some information that you feel like it's going to benefit you, and do research on your own end, because it's highly important that you do so. That is, if you really want to pursue a career in um, in trading financial market. You know, for me, for the past few days now, I've been trying out a couple of things, and some I'm getting reward of trying them out. Some I'm not. Okay, I think for the past two trades now, I've not had a win. Okay, which is quite unfortunate for me, because I would want to be having wins. I love getting wins, and I understand why. Because in those two trades, I had a couple of adjustments I did on. I have a couple of adjustments I did on, some of the, set of, let's say, rules or strategy that I was using at that time. I had to introduce some sessions. I had to introduce some, little things. But I figured out those things were kind of clustering my my strategy and my judgment, and yeah, it kind of affected my outcome. So uh, that was why, if you paid attention, there was this drawing I initially had on my chart, but I removed them because, yeah, one, it's making my chart very dirty and messy, and apart from that, I needed to be sure that the changes I'm making weren't affecting my general strategy as a whole. So I had to take out time to regroup, think about the processes, then come back. So that's that about that. So going forward, yeah, going back to my quarter. I love trading quarter. Everybody, people that are close to me know that that's my one of my best trading approach. And but for today, like I said, today we traded SMC. So this is the SMM smart money concept. This is just simple market structure. Let me know. Yeah, but the market structure is still based on the SMC, ICT, inner cycle trader strategy. Okay, so a series of higher high, higher lows. You'll be hearing things like that. So that's like the basics. So that's why you see me drawing out all these patterns you see on the chart. Okay, so this is not necessarily quarter that we are trading. All right, although there are some aspect of quarter in it, but it's not necessarily quarter. So what you're currently looking at is simple market structure. That's what we are trading. All right, and before we enter this trade, I think for the guys that joined earlier, you would understand how we came about um, the entry that you're currently looking at. Okay, you would pretty much gain an understanding on how we came about it. And yeah, please, if you're experiencing lags in the live stream, can you guys please let me know, because I've been asking that, and I hardly get a response on that. So please, if you're experiencing lags in the stream, let me know. I need to know so that I let me see if it's something that I can fix, because the whole essence is to give you guys a good experience. So it wouldn't make sense that if you guys are experiencing um, lags on your side, that would greatly spoil the whole experience of being here. So I'm asking again, if you're experiencing lags, please use the chat section or find a way to let me know, because I think I want to get feedbacks on how you guys are experiencing the live streaming. That was what I was thinking when I saw it that yesterday. Okay. Well, I saw her, she fine, well, I had to walk up and introduce myself. Well, she sounded so well, if you're experiencing lags, please let me know. While you are letting me know, if you've not dropped us a like, I recommend you do that, because that's the only way you can pay us back for coming here to spend my money and take losses every day. I'm just playing. But yeah, the only way you can pay us back for basically coming here live and sharing knowledge and some useful information, which hopefully I believe is useful for you guys. Yeah, you can just pretty much like the video. That's all we ask. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, and so we can build up this community and get better at what we do. Okay, so the currently price is trading around that level. Okay, I think we reasonably came close to the 100 EMA, which is fair. Okay, it would have been nice to see a test, but I think a price has reasonably came close to it. So what we are expecting now is we have like 4 minutes remaining for that particular candle to completely print. So if we should expect price, or we expect price to just test it, they should not break above it. If they start to break above it, that's not good news. The only thing we want is for price to test it, then start to trade below that 21 EMA line again. And the 21 EMA line is basically the orange line you see there. I'm talking of that. I don't know if it's an orange line or brown line, but yeah, you get the point I'm trying to say. So that orange line there, that's the EMA. Then the blue one there is the 100 EMA. So it's extremely important that price doesn't close above it. We don't want price to close above it. If price closes above it, then I will be having second thoughts on this entry. I will be having second thoughts. And once I start to have second thoughts, then the next thing I'll be looking for is how to exit the market without taking much loss, because I need to mitigate my loss. For the past few trades now, I have not had a proper win, so it's very important that we see win more often than losses. I don't want to be seeing losses. It's kind of demoralizing. If not for a fact that I love what I'm doing. I love coming here. I love trading. If not for that fact, I would have dropped the towel since. I would have quit a long time. I would have quit a long time because it's a very scary career path to take, and it's scary in all ramification. Is it by the inconsistency? Is it by the emotional turmoil? Is it by make mention of them? A lot of things. Is it by the time it consumes? It takes a lot though. So yeah. So if you don't have the zeal, if you don't have the passion for it, uh, it's difficult for you to keep on, continuing coming out every day, regardless of the loss and everything. If I tell you how much I've lost in my quest for trying to learn how to trade, in my quest of trying to be rich, I don't think you would want to know. I believe everybody have their story though. Everybody has a story though. So my story might not even be as bad as some other people's story, but I know my own humble story is enough for me. Is enough for me. So you see, there is some level of conformity going on. So on DXY, you can see some interesting buy is coming in. While the buy is coming in, you can see Euro USD. Euro USD is giving up the ghost. You can see we are seeing price now trading below the bottom, and you can see that going on Euro USD. On Aussie dollar is already flying down. I want to be fair. Your Aussie dollar is selling. The only issue with the Aussie dollar is it did not give enough pullback for us to enter. It was just pretty much just tiny move here, and the continuation of the sell is coming in. On the other side, British pound USD, nothing exciting yet, although we can see something that looks like a bearish hammer, which is fair enough, but nothing to be excited about. The most important candle is how this next candle that is printing. Um, we need to see a follow up of a bigger sell coming in. Else, if price is hanging around there, there's nothing to be excited about, and there is no need for us to feel like we have achieved anything. So, nothing to be excited about yet. On the other side, if we should remember what I said about when price touches the 100 EMA and closes back inside the 21 EMA, there is always a high probability of us seeing a follow-up sell. Price came close to the 100 EMA, which is fair. Okay, now price closed below the 21 EMA, which is also fair. So now we need market to keep on selling down. That's the only thing we want to see right now. If price keeps stalling around here, I'll be tempted to close that order. All right, so get ready. If I make the call for us to close the order, I need the continuation to come in. I don't want price to be hovering around there. If price is hovering around there, I would most definitely close the trade. So it's highly important that British pound trades down and continue trading down. That's the only condition I'm giving British pound for us to keep on holding it. If they don't give us what we expect, we'll take our money. Simple and short. We'll just keep our money and they will keep their price. Now, Euro USD has finally broken the bottom, and you can see, interestingly, Euro USD, very convincing guy. Seems like he wants to go down, but now we are seeing some rejection coming in. Let me see what DXY is doing. DXY, on the other hand, whatever you do, we need you to continue trading up. We don't want them to be stalling around there. We don't want them to stall. Don't waste time. Keep on trading down, because whatever DXY does is highly important here. You see what British pound is doing. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want this. Not after dropping a bearish hammer, you will now start hanging around there. That's not proper price action. So if you're trading price action, you should also take into consideration of what the candle is doing. It's still early for me to make the call. Okay, we still have like 11 minutes to go for that particular candle, so it's still early for me to make the call. But if this price starts breaking back above, I'll close the order, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's very important that they keep on selling this market. That's the only grace I can give them. I don't want to be holding this trade more than expected. And I'll give you my reasons why. The reason why is because I'm trying to mitigate my losses. I think I've pretty much had a good amount of loss recently. What I mean good amount of loss is basically 2 losses. All right. So those 2 losses, as I don't like those. I don't like seeing losses. At least not so frequent. Okay. So it only makes sense that we manage our risk properly. So if we feel like we are overexposed in the market, the best thing we can do is to either size down on our position, or we take lesser trades. Okay, but the most likely thing is either we size down on our position or we take lesser trades. So for me, I've already entered this trade. Okay, the first expectation that I wanted price to do is what? Come into that 100 EMA and trade back down, which price has already done. But you can see after doing that, price seems like it wants to violate. It seems like they are not obeying that bearish force that you see there. And in a situation whereby that's the case, I will not want to be holding the market more than expected. So let me even see what will happen if price should close above the 100 EMA. So the only way I can find out is if I click on this, I'll move my stop loss down to around that point. Okay, so that means, I risk $22 or so for this trade. So if price should start closing above the 100 EMA and I close it around there, I'll be losing there about $6 or so. So I'd rather lose $6 than lose $22 this afternoon. Okay, so but like I said, our decision on that is heavily dependent on what price does at that level. Okay, it's heavily dependent on what price does on this particular candle that is being printed. We have like less than 9 minutes to go. Okay, and we can see market is still stalling price there. That's not a good thing. We expect price to be trading down. Let's see what DXY is doing again. Okay, DXY is moving convincingly okay, but not anything so exciting. But now I'm now wondering why is British pound delaying the move, because I just don't like it. British pound gave the first move here, which was looking good. The follow up for me is what I don't understand, why the follow up is not moving with the kind of energy and conviction that I expected. It seems like for some reason euro is now taking over the bearish move from British pound. You know, seems like British pound all of a sudden is now the last to 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 react. But I can see some red coming in though, but nothing to be excited about. It's still an indecision candle. It would be nice to see British pound be dropping this kind of. You see this big red candle. That's the thing I want. Let's see what Aussie dollar is doing. Aussie dollar is still where it is. Nothing much is going there. New Zealand dollar also. Nothing much is going there. I just don't like this price action at all. I think this might be a trap. I think they want to trap us in because the follow up of this bearish hammer is not looking good. You see, they can't give us a bearish hammer and at the same time giving us a big green candle. That's not looking good. That's not what we want. Okay, so I'm seeing what they are doing and I don't like it. I'm seeing what they are doing and I'm not a fan of it at all. But let's not be faster than our shadow. We'll give them a benefit of doubt, but we will not give them that benefit of doubt for a very long time. Okay, we'll just give them small benefit of doubt, just a small one. And the only benefit of doubt I can give them is I need them to protect the high of that bearish hammer. They need to protect that high. If they don't protect it, I'll leave them alone. Let me show you the price level I would want them to protect. I think I can remove this pending entry, so yeah, I don't need this anymore. This top, this top. I'll still leave this top because this is still the top. The only thing that we threw away here is the bottom, right? So we need to get our bottom back. I'm going to use this homecoming, turn it back to our bottom. So this is our possibly bottom for now. I believe we've already used this, so I'm going to remove these ones. What's DXY doing? Oh, I beg. I don't understand. See the sell is coming in. Bunch of moonchokos. Bunch of moonchokos. Bunch of moonchokos. Whatever you do, keep on buying. You moonchoko. These people's price action today. I don't even understand price action this week. Even last week, sir. Everything is just slow. No conviction, nothing. No, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of waiting and nothing will happen. No conviction whatsoever. Don't like this kind of price condition. See, BTC moving like hell in a cell. Time I traded futures on BTC. God damn it. You make money, but Kai, if this guy wants to take from you, it will strip you naked. I swear it will strip you naked. You see, I don't like this. I keep on saying this and I'm still saying it. This is not good price action. Whenever they do this, it's not good. They want to trap us in. And like I already gave them my own condition. I'm not here to waste time. I've given them my own condition. So whatever they do, they need to protect that high. If they start breaking that high, my brother and my sisters, I would leave before they hit my stop loss. I would gladly leave before they hit my stop loss. Gladly, with all my heart, I would drop the trade for them and walk away. And we'll try again tomorrow. So whatever they do, that high, they have to protect it for us to keep on holding. If they break it, close above it, I will definitely close my trade. Even if I don't close my trade, I will bring my stop loss to that top. You see that top? That's where I will add my stop loss. So that's the only thing. I think that's the best plan we can do. Okay. So let's even see what the top of that place will be. So if I should pull my stop loss is there. Okay. So if I pull it down to that price level, which is at the top there, okay, it will go from $22 to $14, which is fair enough. So if they break that high, my stop loss will be going there. I will adjust my stop loss to there. So that's the game plan, and yeah. I'm not the one this market will be using to be playing up and down. I have control over my actions and my decisions, so price doesn't have control over that one. Price can do what it wants to do. I myself can do what I want to do. So price don't feel like you have all the power. I have my own power, and I won't waste time to exert my power on you. I won't waste time to exert my power over price. And I'll tell price, watch, I have the power to close my order, and I'll close it. Although the only thing is that I'll close it with some losses anyway. But yeah, the point I just want to make is that I still have the power to close my order. So after dropping a bearish hammer, all we got is an indecision candle, and now the follow up is a bullish candle. That's a recipe for disaster. On this part also, you see market closed, finally went below the bottom that we had. Not only that, it went to the bottom, you can also see, let me see, I need to get an update here. So I think we will consider this. We'll consider this as the first. We'll consider this as a pullback, and there's a continuation still going on there. I hope this continuation is reflecting on British pound. I don't need nonsense. So not when I will go to British pound now. British pound will be doing the opposite. This is what we want. Continue selling like that. Keep on selling. But nothing to be excited about because we've not even gone half of the direction that we want price to go. But the good thing is that I'm seeing is that I need DXY to keep on trading above. Okay, let's run an update on the drawing here because I think we've had a pullback yet. So this will be the top. We have a new low. I will consider that to be a low because there is already a swing here already. But the question now is, can they take out that high? It's important that they take out that high to continue validating our bullishness. So it's very important that price should trade above and close above. Trade above the top and close above. We can move this one here to be the bottom right now. So price needs to break above and continue trading above. On this side, we need to update this drawing here also. So we have this move down here. We've already had a very nice pullback, and the continuation is what we are seeing. So the pullback is this one, is this move from here to that spot. Now we are seeing a continuation. So still similar thing we have on DXY. We need price to continue trading down to take out that bottom and close below it for more validation on price going further down. On the other hand, this protected high will turn to our top, but we're not going to add the top yet because the price is still trading in that range. Until price breaks that low, that's when we would confirm this guy to be the next top. For now, the top we are using is still this guy. Okay, so on this part also, I think I need to make some. Oh, nice. DXY is breaking above that guy, which is pretty good. All right, but there is still enough time. We need them to be trading above it and close above, not break above and come back in. No, we need them to break above, continue trading above. We still have like 11 minutes for that particular candle to completely print, so we just need to wait for that candle to completely print. So just by looking at the DXY and looking at the measure pairs, you can pretty much see how we've been navigating it, one step at a time, although it's quite slow. In a more faster market movement, I think we would have covered a lot of ground. But yeah, but let's see what's going on. It's extremely important that DXY closes above that top. We don't want them to drop a week. We don't want them to come up then go back in. If they come up and go back in, I would close the position. If they should just go up then start coming back in again, I'm not interested. I will close the position, or at least I will break even. I will call it a day. See what they are doing now. You see how they came back, they traded up then coming back in. That's not what we want. We don't want that. And you see the reaction of this. Let's look at the reaction on British pound. You see how market will start rejecting. See how the market is now rejecting. All right, that's currency that's the correlation I'm talking about. So that's not what we want. That's not what we want. So it's extremely important that DXY keeps on trading above that top, That's where we want them to be. If they are not there, then I'll click this X and close my position. I'll just close my position and we'll try again tomorrow. So it's extremely important that market closes above that top. Extremely is as important as our entry. It's as important as our stop loss. Extremely, very Very, very important. Very, very important. Let's see what New Zealand dollar is doing. It's still selling off, just as expected. Euro USD is holding on, and the reason why Euro USD is holding on is because of what DXY is doing. DXY is losing momentum. We want DXY to keep on showing strength, dominance. We need DXY to keep on dominating the market in order for us to make the profit we want to make. All right. I'm still paying attention to what British pound is doing. Uh, Whatever British pound is doing is as well important as what DXY is doing. Okay. So let's see. We have like 8 minutes to go. So we'll just wait and see. If you like what we are doing here, you know what to do. Please like the video, share with friends, family, well wishers, and yeah. If you are here and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe, turn on the notification so that you don't miss out on sessions like this. And please, like I said, and I'm still saying it again, if you are experiencing lag in the live stream, please let me know so that I can make the proper adjustment and present the proper solution to address that issue. So please and please, if you're experiencing lags, let me know. If you are not, still let me know so that I'll stop asking. Okay, please let me know regardless. All right, we've spent like 2 hours already on the stream, and I believe we've learned a couple of things. We have 6 minutes remaining for this candle to completely close. I don't like the fact that we are trading below that top. Okay, I don't like the fact that we are trading below that top. I don't like the fact that we are trading below that top, and you can see how that is rippling down to our trades here. I don't like the fact that we are trading below. We need price to be trading above. Keep on trading above. Keep on trading above. Keep on trading above. Price needs to trade above. Continue trading above. That's all we need. Nothing more, nothing less. Wow, Oxy dollar is shorting pretty very nice. If I was right, I think I should be paying more attention to YBF's ideas. But yeah, if even if we took YBF's idea, I don't think we would have gotten an entry because you can see Oxy dollar did not give a good pullback. They just came down and it continued selling. So yeah, that's the only issue about that. But is it for the selling? I think Aussie dollar is seriously taking this sell personal. On the other side, we were excited on how British pound started, but right now I'm beginning to wonder if we still want to continue with their sell. Let me see what DXY is doing because it's very important to know what DXY is doing. Okay, it's looking strong. Okay, it's looking strong. That's fair. Okay. We have 4 minutes remaining though, but it's looking okay. If it can close like this, that would be nice. That means we'll have a new low. That means here will be our new low. Okay. Our new bottom, I mean to say. There will be our new bottom, then we can find a new top. Let me put an alert here. So if price reach this price level here, I suspect we'll start experiencing some rejection coming in because that was the last bullish candle we saw before the market started selling off. So that price level there. But the good news is that we have 3 minutes remaining and we are trading above the top, which is what we expect, and we need them to hold it that way. Remember, if they shut it back down and the candle closes below, I am not interested anymore. Like, trust me, you will see me, I'll close the trade here. So I recommend, if you took this trade with me, I recommend you stay alert, be around, because whatever this candle does will determine what we are going to do next. So whatever this candle does on DXY will determine what we do next. We have less than 3 minutes to go, and you can see the market is still selling back into that range again, and that's not what we want. We want price to close above the top and continue trading above the top. That's all we want. Any other thing that price does that is contrary to that, we are not interested. We'll keep our money, they will keep their market. Tomorrow we'll try again. There's no need to force it, there's no need to be greedy, no need to do any of those. And there are a series of double bottom that is forming here, and if market should go against us, that will not be good because it means they'll be going up with force and momentum. So it's extremely important that that top price should close above it. Less than 2 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes to go. I'm not happy with the follow up on British pound. The initial move British pound gave was looking quite very, bearish with a high volume and all of that. But the follow up I'm seeing here is very slow, boring, dry. And I understand why. It's because DXY on his other side is, well, DXY is doing okay. I think DXY is really trying its best. Um, Euro already is following up, is catching up on the trend, but for some reason British pound has started the trend that ran off before others is now the one slowing us down, and I don't like it. We need them to continue selling down. Why do I keep on saying that? You see, DXY is already breaking the high of the first swing, but British pound is yet to even come close to the low of the first swings, which is why I'm quite annoyed. If you compare what British pound is doing, British pound should be trading below the bottom by now. If you are considering where DXY is, British pound should be trading below that bottom by now. But you can see British pound is a bit slow, and we need to take into consideration of that. For the fact that they are slow means maybe there are more bulls there holding them from going so down. Okay, so I think this candle has completely closed. Nice. So it closed above the top, which is looking good. So here is the new low. We can move this guy here until we find another new top, but for now that's the top. On Euro USD, you see what Euro USD did. We have the leg in. After the leg in, that's your pullback. They have already taken out the low of that leg in, so the top of Euro is now here. I would have stick around my Euro. I don't know what I'm now doing in British pound. See, Euro is on the second leg in. See the first leg in. The first leg in was this one, and this was the low. And you see that low is already taken out now, so it's on the second leg in. Whereas on the British pound British pound was the first person to give the first leg in, but failed to give the second leg in, and it's very annoying and very disappointing because assuming we have the second leg in, we would have moved our stop loss to that protected high, which would have reduced our our risk drastically. All right, we should have reduced our risk drastically. So we need to come up with another story, because remember what we do here is story once upon a time. So we need to come up with a story again that we will use to manage our condition here on British pound. Okay, so what do you guys think? Let me throw it out first before I give you guys my own take. What do you think? What do you think? What time frame are you using? I'm using the 15-minute time frame. Why be fair? 15-minute time frame is what I'm using. Oh, you're experiencing the lag, right? Yeah. I'm so sorry. So I don't know how far is the lag. I don't know. I don't know how much is the lag right now, because even on my side I can see it. I don't know if I should close the stream and start again. I don't know. Is someone else experiencing the lag, please? Why before? I'm so sorry for the lag. I think it's from my network. But is the lag so much? Is it that bad? Like how many minutes is it? Whoa, that's a long time ago. If that's where you are stuck, that's a very long time ago. Let me see what I'm gonna do now. Okay, it was. So, but you are not experiencing it anymore. Can you hear my voice in real time? Just let me know when you hear my voice in real time, because I'm looking at the chat so I can time at what point did you respond on the chat. And if there is somebody else that is joining, please, I will need confirmation because I need to know. Ah, okay. I think the lag is like three, 3 to 2 minutes, so it's not much. I need to apologize for that, but bear with me, guys. If someone else is experiencing that, I want to apologize. It's beyond my control. It's my network provider, and they are really shitty. I just maybe need to switch, my network providers and start using other guys. So I want to apologize for that. Okay, but judging from the point you responded, why be fair, I can tell. I think it's about roughly 3 minutes delay. But it's not like the lag is stopping the video at all. The video is still playing, but it's just that it takes time, right? I just need one more response from you. That's all. I know you've tried for me, man. One be fair is for me is the MVP today. Okay, now we can see pullback coming in, but the pullback is not affecting the British pound USD for some reason, which is good. I like that. But there are some small pullbacks here and there, but nothing to be worried about. Remember, we have a top there. I added an alert there, so I would want to see how market reacts at that price level. Wamaka, if you've responded on the chat, I just need you to give me one more response. And the response I want to know is the stream delayed or is okay? Oh yeah. Oh my guy. Thank you. Thank you. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You are. Oh, are you at work? Yeah. I recommend you should be at work, my bro. I recommend you should be at work. Everybody should be working. Okay, I got you. I got you. You guys are my MVP, to be honest. Yeah, I see. I see. So, okay, I'm happy that you guys, but you are not experiencing the is the lag so much on your side. Ferran, I don't know if I got that pronunciation right, but yeah. Then another thing I would. Oh my God! Look at no. I don't like what I see on DXY. Okay, there is a massive sell, but I saw on DXY now, not looking good. That's not looking good. But I expected it because remember I told you something about that guy. See that big green candle there. That was the last big candle and green candle we saw before that sell. And you can see just by drawing it out, you can see that's where the market is getting that rejection from, and is expected, and that's why I'm saying we need to pay close attention to what British pound is doing. But the good news is that for some reason British pound is not reacting so much to that. You can see that British pound is still trading down, trying to take out its own bottom, which is okay. So if British pound manages to close below that bottom there, our stop loss will come. That means here will be our top. So that means that's where our stop loss will be. We'll be updating our stop loss to that level there. That is only if British pound breaks that bottom and closes below it. Okay, which is what I'm highly hoping and praying for. That's exactly what I'm highly hoping and praying for. Yeah, it's not so bad. Okay, thank you for that. Ferran, me, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you guys for helping me to gain insights on the experience on the other side, because I myself, I I cannot tell how the stream is going because I'm the one doing the live stream. So it's not like I'm doing the live stream and at the same time being a spectator. All right. So yeah, I really appreciate that feedback from you guys. You guys rock. You guys are the reason I'm here. You guys are the reason I, I stall my work to come do live streaming for you guys, and I'm happy to do that. And I can do it over and over again. Okay, I know maybe much later in the evening I'll do some work, you know. But yeah, my live streaming is something that I use in keeping myself sane. I love it. I love it. I love having conversations. I love this kind of lifestyle, you know. So that's why I'm doing it. So currently, you guys can see British pound is now owning up to what we expect, which is highly expected. Now British pound is kind of coming towards that bottom, but nothing to be excited about. Remember, it's important that they break it and close below it. They don't need to break it and come back up. They need to break it and close below it and close below it. Extremely important. That closing below it is extremely important. But do you see what's going on? It's interesting. DXY is giving a pullback. Euro is reacting to that pullback by dropping a green candle. British pound is doing something else. The British pound has a mind of its own. A British pound is busy doing something else. It's busy trying to take that low. You see, British pound is trying to level up with what other guys did. Remember, other guys did what? Other guys are in the second leg in. All right. Remember, the first leg in was the leg that they used in flipping the market trend from bullish to bearish, and the second legging is the second legging that every other person has dropped. On DXY has dropped the second legging. DXY is currently trading on the second legging. Euro is currently trading also on the second legging. uh, British pound is currently trading on the first legging, but you can see now that they attempted to take out that bottom, but now you can see some rejection coming in. Hopefully this rejection is not much, but I suspect that this rejection might be plenty, considering the fact that DXY, let's see what DXY is doing. Considering the fact that DXY is experiencing some level of resistance here, you can see that red candle that is there, and all these things are happening on the second leg in. If you look at the Euro USD, same thing is going on here. You can see the green candle that is coming in there, and all of them are happening on the second leg in. And if you look at the British pound now, you can see British pound try to enter its own second leg in, but now is getting rejected on that level. So the only thing I can think of now is, should we hold and see whether British pound would break that, will break into the second leg in, which is that low. That's what we would want. Okay, if British pound can do that, then we can add our stop loss here. Another thing we can do is we can disregard that and just quickly update our stop loss to that high. What do you guys think? I think that's the best option we can do in order to mitigate our losses. So instead of taking the whole loss, we'll just take the small loss that will amount from here to here. Okay, another way you can do it is you can take partial profit. No, this rejection is coming in. I don't think I would want to take a full loss on this. But let's see what DXY is going to do. Let's see if DXY would give some encouragement in the market. But this sell-off I'm seeing here is not encouraging at all. It's not encouraging at all. It's not encouraging at all. Oh, see that rejection on British pound. This is not looking good, my guys. So it would have been nice if we had that second leg in, but you see this buy is coming in. I wouldn't want to get wrecked, so I need to come up with a decision on time. So what is my decision here? Okay, so we have another block here. Okay, the last green candle we saw before the market started going down, I already showed you guys that's the point the market is reacting from, and you can see how that reaction is bringing in some interesting red candle. We have less than 1 minute to go for this candle to completely print. So what we can do, we can build an idea around that red candle. Okay, so the idea I would want to build around it is, let's go back here. That is not looking good. That's a total rejection. It's not looking good at all. I want to see the follow-up candle. The follow-up candle will determine what we will do. Alright, the follow-up candle will determine what we will do. On the other side now, let's see the follow-up candle. The follow-up candle is going to determine what we'll do next. So the next candle I started printing. It would be nice for DXY to not trade below. I want them to keep on trading, trying to push above. I like the fact that it started as a green candle, and if you look, now they have flipped it. That's what I wanted. It was good that they started with green, dropped the bottom wick. Now they have flipped it back, but now they are flipping it back to bearish again. But either ways, let's see what British pound is doing. I don't like the rejection on that British pound, but we all know the reason why. And the reason why is because DXY lost some momentum. DXY lost some steam. The steam behind the buying, you can see we have an introduction of a red candle, and just that introduction of that red candle, you can see the ripple effect on other guys. See the ripple effect on euro. See how euro dropped a very big green candle just because of that red candle DXY dropped. On the other hand, because of that red candle DXY drop, you can see how British pound rejected from that bottom we had there all the way there, even giving us a bullish, what looks like a bullish hammer. If you look at Australian dollar, Australian dollar is busy selling off. It's not even Australian dollar, not even a stress. There is no stress on Australian dollar. It just wants to sell off. It would have been nice if we had a sell on Australian dollar. Just the only issue is that there was no enough pullback to for an entry. But you can see it Australian dollar is the one selling the most compared to other guys. Compared to other guys, Australian dollar is the one selling the most. Euro USD on the other hand is reacting immediately with DXY. See exactly what DXY is doing. Euro USD is doing the exact opposite, almost the exact opposite, because we have a big green candle. If you go over to Euro USD, you have a big green candle. If you go to DXY, I mean to say, is a red. All right, that's a big red candle there. If you go to Euro USD, it's dropping a big green candle. The follow-up candle is looking small red. If you go to Euro, it will be a small green. Okay, it's small red now, but it's similarly, yeah. Um, let's see. There is some buys coming in, which is good. So that follow-up candle, like I said, it's good that they keep on, you know, buying. They need to keep on buying, in order for, you see how British pound now is going back down again. If you did not learn anything today, I know you must have learnt about DXY, you must have learnt about currency correlation, you must have learnt about market structure. And if you think that you learnt a lot today, just tell me, oh bro, send your account number so you bless me. But if you don't have money, it's okay. We take in kind. So what you can do is share our video, let people like the video, and let people subscribe. That's the only way you can pay us back. We are not asking for any other thing. That's the only thing. And I know I paid this information like I'm giving you guys. I paid for it. I know it's going to sound like I'm giving you guys BS, but I'm for real. I paid for it. There was a community I joined. How much I paid to join that community? And it's on Discord actually, and I won't mention their name just for being professional. But if you want to know, I can tell you so you can go try yourself. I paid 90 97 or 90 something dollar. Yeah, that was when I that's to tell you that I really really take this trading thing seriously. It's not like I'm here to waste my time. I'm not a jobless man to do that to myself. Okay, so the information I'm giving you guys, I paid for it, but I'm giving it out here for free. You know, and I'm not gonna lie. When I paid for it, I didn't know about currency correlation and all of that. But before I joined that community at the point I joined them, I already have like preliminary, understanding, secondary understanding of technical analysis, higher high, higher lows, things like that. I already know them, but I didn't know that there were things like currency correlation. I didn't know about DXY and how DXY reacts with other major pairs. I didn't know about all those things, but I'm here opening my mouth and I'm giving it for free. But I paid for it. But I'm not saying that you guys should pay me for it. I don't. I'm not asking for that. All I'm just asking for is for you to cherish the information I'm giving you. That's all. You might think I just know it out of the blue. No, I don't know it out of the blue. I paid for it. Like I paid for it. I joined the community. Of which joining the community doesn't mean that they mentor you one on one. You just throw you in there. You have a couple of channels, all right, and in those channels you have a lot of people. It was a very big community. I'm not gonna lie. Then there are materials like PDFs that they share, and it's left for you to go and read up on those PDFs because nobody's going to read it for you. Nobody's going to read it for you. Okay, so I had to go read, learn, make sure that the money I paid is not in vain. You know, pretty much that was it, and it was a good investment for me. I'm not gonna lie. Although what I expected was I'll pay for the community and I'll enter there and they'll be giving me signals and I'll be trading and I'll make millions. That was not the case. Nobody's going to give you signals. Even this one we are doing here is just uh, by just the fact that I love doing live streaming, and the only thing I'm doing in my live streaming is taking live trades. So that's the reason why we are here. So that's that about that. So that was the genesis of how I know about currency correlation and some tricks that I know now. So it's based on investing and reading up and being serious about it. So when I say things like this here, I know some people will feel like, okay, this guy is just talking. Let this guy just talk. The information I'm giving you, just go somewhere else and see if you will get it. I tell you about ICT. ICT, inner circle trader. Not everybody. Okay, I know a couple of people that think that the guy is a BS. They think that the guy doesn't know what he's doing. But I've watched the guy's video. All right, there is paid mentorship for ICT, but I didn't pay for that. But I know most of his free videos on YouTube. I've watched them, if not all of them. This market keeps on rejecting this level, and I'm not happy. Come on now. I was excited that we are coming back down again. Now they are rejecting it. Let's see what DXY is doing. Obviously, DXY is messing up again. I told you, DXY is messing up again. DXY need to break. Okay, there is no top here, so we are still finding tops. So, but you can see rejection is coming in, and that's why the ripple effect is coming in here. That's why we are seeing that rejection also coming in here. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that. 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 Let's see what USD is doing. Similar thing. Trade down, reject. Now, we have 5 minutes remaining. Remember, like I told you guys, the next candle is as important as the previous one. So this next candle that you see here, not the next candle, this current candle is very important. So whatever this current candle does is highly, highly, highly important to the decision we are going to make. So for me, like I said, I wouldn't want to take any loss today. To be honest, I wouldn't want to take any loss today. So what I can do is two things. All right, either we break even, we'll call it a day. Break even means you see my stop loss there, I'll just move it to the entry. Okay, that's one thing we can do, and save ourselves the stress of taking any loss. It means market will just come and stop us out. No win, no loss. Another thing you can do is you can just quickly just come here and close the trade. If I close the trade now, I'll be seeing like about $9 or so, which is fair. I can close it and use the $9 and go and buy small food stuff, keep for house, or use it to go and eat meat and drink beer. That's one thing I can use it for. I can use it to do a lot of things, but I'm not going to close the trade now. The worst case scenario, we might see a break even, or as a matter of fact, the worst thing, like the worstest of all worst, if there's anything like worstest in English, is this level, that level there, that top, that top there is what is where we might end up moving our stop loss to. All right. And I think the last time we move our stop loss there, for me, I don't know how much you guys are risking, but for me, if I should move my stop loss there, I will be risking. I would pull my stop loss from $22 to -5, almost -$6, which is fair. So instead of taking $22 loss, I'll just take about $5 or $6 loss, which is fair enough in my own opinion. Okay, in my own humble opinion, in my own humble opinion. Australian dollar USD, what's going on? Still selling. New Zealand, oh, New Zealand dollar is already. You see another setup here. Do you guys remember the M movement? I told you guys about the M movement yesterday. Who remembers? I'm just drawing out the pattern, guys. Just drawing out the pattern. Do you see the M? See the M there? Do you see the neck breakout? Do you see the neck breakout? Assuming I saw this M, I would have traded this guy instead of the British pound. To be honest, I don't know why I did not see New Zealand dollar. See that M? Immediately they broke it. See the pullback into that zone of the M. Do you see that sell-off? That's exactly what you see here. Let me put it back to where we got it from, so you see it. Do you see it? Do you see it? Immediately I just saw it, I saw the M. By now we would have gotten our TP here. I will move on. I don't know why we did not. I did not see this New Zealand dollar. Okay, I saw it, but remember when I saw it, I said let's not take it because it was looking was looking so scattered everywhere. Okay, British pound is giving up the ghost. British pound is giving up the ghost, and I know why. The reason why is because DXY also has gave up the ghost. So guys, this market is invalidating now. You can see that bearish. You can see that red candle coming in. That's a very bearish one, and it's heading for the bottom there. So once it takes out this bottom, it's already flipping back to a bearish move, and I can see an intending M forming here. Do you see the M forming here? You see the M? So the move down now is what is going to complete the M. So if the move down now should take out that low, that's the completion of that M. Then we'll wait for a pullback into that zone then for a continuation. So yeah, an M on the bearish side is about to form on DXY, which is not good for our entry here, because it means now that the buys will start coming in here. All right, and the best thing I would recommend is either we break even or we move our stop loss to that place. And you see, there is no need. You will see. Let's see, Sha. Let me see. I need to calm down. I don't want to be faster than my shadow. Let's see. Once DXY starts to break that bottom, we'll close our entry on British pound. But the question now is, if we wait for DXY to break that low, there is high chance that we might end up holding British pound more than expected. We might end up holding British pound much more than expected. We'll end up holding British pound much more than expected. So, in as much as we would want to see, man, that's not looking good. That rejection was very rejecty, if there's anything like that. Rejected, rejected, rejectile, rejectus. And more rejection is coming in. Okay, so a decision has to be made. A decision has to be made. For me to make that decision, let me look at the XNS chart and see how the EMA is correlating with what we are doing here. Okay, we've had a swipe, 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 swipe. A lot of swipe is going on there. You see that low there? A lot of bouncing is going on there. Bounce, 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 bounce again. A lot of bouncing is going on there, which is quite interesting. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm trying to make up a decision. For me to make up decision, I need to look at the chart properly and see how we can come up with the best, safest decision to make. So we just need to manage our trade properly. Okay, so this guy is for now the low. Here is the high. Okay. DXY, let's go, baby, let's go. Let's go. Let's see how British pound is reacting to that. Okay, we are seeing some interesting red candle coming in again. DXY, you see how powerful. Just I think from today onwards, we are going to prohibit looking at any major pair without looking at DXY. Who is with me? If you are with me, give me a with me on the chat. If you are not, I understand. You can just say I'm working. But yeah, if you're joining, you like what we're doing, I know you will like it. If you like it, just subscribe, turn on the notification so you don't miss out. Okay, so we are still holding on this our entry here. I know you can't see the price because I blindfolded it, but from here you can see we have an entry there. Okay, we are still paying close attention to what DXY is doing, and so far we are in the second leg in of a small bullish trend that has been going on here. But on the second leg in, we are experiencing some blocker that has been proving resistance for us to continue pressing this market going up. And you can see that rejection is still coming in because you can see the current green candle there. In as much as it is small, you can still see that there is still some sell pressure coming in because of the top wick that you can see is being formed there. So if we should look at, because we are currently on a trade on British pound, so it's extremely important that to maintain the authenticity of that sell we want to sell on British pound. We need DXY to be strong. We need dollar to be resilient and be strong and keep on pressing up. We have an alert above there, so if market can get up to that level there, that's the place we will start looking to start taking partial profit out of the market. All right. So, but for now, nothing much is happening. Nothing exciting is going on. We are still holding on in a balance, trying to see what DXY wants to do, and at the same time, trying to see how British pound is reacting to that effect. And yeah, that's that about that. So for me, we've spent a couple of hours here, and I'm reaching my point of exhaustion. I've actually reached my limit, but I'm still here because I have the yes, or maybe we'll trade weaker pairs against what we see in the okay. Wayamaka, I see your write up. So you said yes, but maybe we'll trade weaker pairs against what we see in okay in DXY. Okay, so I'm trying to understand what you mean by weaker pairs. Do you mean trade pairs that are not major pairs? So things like what can we consider to be a weaker pair now? If you can throw more lights on it, if I'll greatly appreciate that. Oh, I get what you mean now. I think I get what you mean now. You mean like weaker pairs based on their performance. Okay, okay. I think I get what you mean. Just like how we have uh, uh, what we talked about on Australian dollar early in the morning when we pointed out that other guys were more bullish than Australian dollar. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I get what you mean by weaker pair. I think that's what you meant. Why be fair? Mm-hmm. 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 I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. That the New Zealand dollar, it was a total oversight. I don't know why I didn't look more deeper than expected. But I get you. I totally agree. When I saw it, I'm like, wow. He gave a very nice W. Everything we expected for a bearish move. New Zealand gave it in the best way it could. New Zealand gave it in the best way it could. So I agree 100% with you. I agree 100% with you. And just by the fact that we took this trade, you can see you can see how um, the price level where British pound is. If you compare it to maybe where New Zealand dollar is, it's not the same. Look at that sell off. I totally agree with you, my friend. Totally 100% agree with you. No, but in our own defense, I think we also had a similar reversal pattern that also formed on British pound USD because of the head and shoulder. So if you check for head and shoulder, let me type it here. Head and shoulder pattern. Yeah, this is it here. You can't mix it. I think this one is more clear. They are all reversal pattern. You see the shoulder, you see the head, you see the shoulder. Pay attention to this, all right? I can zoom it so we can see it clearly. Let's read it in detail. I just wanted to show you the image. I'm not interested in the. You can go and do the read up yourself. But you see that guy. That's your head and shoulder. Okay, this is the shoulder. This is the head. This is the shoulder. The bottom of either the shoulders is what we call the neckline. That's the neckline there. So once the neckline breaks, wait for your pullback and you enter. Let's now bring it back to the chart. Do you see it there? I don't know why my all of a sudden my my system started dragging a little bit, just a little bit. I think it's because of this new field I opened here, so I'm going to close it. All right, I'm going to close you. I'm sorry. I'm also going to close this guy also. Just to limit some of the things that my system is processing, because already the app I'm using to do this live stream is heavy already. So yeah. So that's the head and shoulder there. You can look at it there. So let me mark it out for you. But I think you can pretty much recognize it from that image I showed you. That's the shoulder, that's the head. There is actually my guy. He's very good in head and shoulder. Very good. Like he spots it like so easily. AB, I call him AB head and shoulder. Oh, my close friend though. So yeah, uh, so that's your shoulder, that's your head, that's the other shoulder. The neckline is that line there. That is the middle line there. So this is the right shoulder support, the left shoulder support. Okay, so we see some um green introduction of green wicks and green indecision candle coming in there. So let's see what DXY is doing, because we really need to know what DXY is doing so that we don't get deceived or on what price is doing there. So DXY is looking slightly healthy, but not overall healthy, but it's slightly okay. So there is no cause for alarm, at least for now. On Euro USD, is doing exactly the opposite of what DXY is doing. On this side, British pound for some reason is has a mind of its own. I don't know. DXY British pound is just doing whatever whatever it wants to do, but the overall trend is still aligned with the trend of what other pairs are still doing. On this part where we missed out one of the best sell entry, the market is still selling. We should have traded New Zealand dollar though, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, again. Shout out to everybody that has been consistent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Now we know. Now we know. Yeah, yeah. So, well, I intend to introduce him one of these days. I intend to introduce him one of these days. But I need the community to grow. All right. So I really have plans for this community. To be honest, I really have a lot of ideas. Things that we can even be doing while we are doing live streaming like this. So I still have plans. Even for the Discord channel, there are a lot of plans around it. If you look at even the chat room we have on the Discord channel, you see there is a backtesting room, and there is the cash print room, and there are other groups that I'm still going to create in that Discord. So I have a big plan around the community that I'm trying to build. So when we grow, and when we grow and we have enough people interacting, and people coming in on the live stream, then yeah, we would most likely have a more bigger community. Then we would have a more bigger facilitators. So maybe I'm giving an example now. Maybe that my guy, he's good at spotting head and shoulders, or yeah. So we can be doing collabo analysis whereby he brings his own idea, and I also want you guys to grow also, because at the end of the day it will be more like everybody having conversation and deliberating over setups, and see how we can even give feedbacks, just generally brainstorming around financial market as a whole. So yes, I like the fact that everybody is in sync, and everybody is having the same ideas and ideology around it. So yeah, I'm greatly working towards that. Greatly working towards that. So now we can see a follow up on DXY. Um, on DXY, but the follow up is not reflecting properly on British pound. Why is it that whenever others are doing something, British pound will just do something else? Then when others are doing something else, British pound will now start doing what it wants to do. Very, very stubborn currency, but I love it. It's a very strong currency. I think the currency that you will trade and you will experience less fake out is British pound USD. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm telling you out of my own personal experience. There was a time I was a big fan of British pound. Like, I don't trade anything that is not British pound. And the reason why was, at the time I was trading it, I think I was experiencing a lot of fake out on Euro USD, and that was what made me to dump Euro USD. Euro USD was my first babe. Yeah, the first currency pair that I used in testing out Forex when I was new, when I had no experience, was Euro USD. It was very friendly. Why I like Euro USD? Euro USD is not so, it's not mean, it's not wicked. All right. If Euro USD is going to stop you out, it will be lenient. You will see it coming. All right. But if you go and trade gold, hiya mana kappa, or you go and trade BTC, hana miana. Oh my God. If that thing wants to wreck you, you will know. You will know. Your body will tell you. You don't even need somebody to come and explain to you. Now your body will tell you. Now your body will tell you. So yeah, that's that about that. So Euro USD is more friendly for me. You can trade it with as little as $10, $5, $15, but you can't trade gold with $5. If you put the money inside, it will just leak and clean out. In fact, it might not even allow you to place the trade. So if you say there you don't have enough money, or you want to go and trade BTC with $10, you are not serious. You never bath. You never bath. I don't know why I'm speaking pidgin in in a professional settings. Not everybody here understands pidgin. So even if everybody here that is currently live understand pidgin, not everybody that will watch the video much later will still understand pidgin. So I need to cut down on my vernacular. But I don't give a, okay. Let me not say I don't give a damn, but come on, I'm a Niger boy, so I guess rep my people. So pidgin over English. Yeah, I said it. I don't think you see a Chinese man uh, going for English over Chinese, or a French man going with English over French, or a Russian guy, or even an English guy going over Russia, or I don't know, over English. So I guess own up to my own people. So yeah, pigeon is the deal. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, sue me. I'll see you in court. All right, any improvement? DXY, okay, DXY is showing some levels of conviction and seriousness, but nothing to be excited about. Nothing to be excited about, at least not yet. Not yet. So, do we consider this to be a swing? No, I still maintain this to be one move. It's not a swing because, well, slightly is a swing, but I'll keep it as one. I'll keep it as one leg. I'll keep it as one leg. Euro USD on the other side is dropping a second swing in there, but it is yet to pull it out. So until they break that bottom and close below it, then we can consider this to be another top. But for now, the main top is this. This is an internal top that is forming here. This internal top can only turn to the main top if only they break that bottom and close below it. British pound, though, what's going on? British pound is still on the first leg when euro is about to form the second leg. Come on now. Come on now. You can do better than this, British pound. And you know the funny thing? British pound was the first guy that left before euro. If you guys remember, before we jumped on this trade, we compared what euro was doing, we compared what British pound was doing, what AUD was doing. The mistake we did was when we saw the setup on New Zealand, we just assumed that it was dirty and we did not pay close attention. Assuming I took out time to draw it out, maybe I should have entered it. Assuming I took out time to draw it out, let me even draw it out and see if I would have made any decision around it. But the price movement weren't so fantastic. You can see it was just everywhere. It's not systematically moving properly per se. It's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. In my defense, it's not our fault, guys. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best setup. If you consider what the price was doing before the M, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best setup. It wasn't the best setup. To be honest, it wasn't the best setup. So yeah, but it's okay. We'll count it as a loss. Okay, I see snake agua fuyamba also. Alright, you can see right about now our market is breaking that low and it's closing that low now, which is looking good. That means euro is now on the second leg in. So the first leg in is one. This was the leg that changed the trend. Pull back, second leg in, pull back, third leg in. Is now on the third leg in on the down movement. Imagine a euro price that was initially bullish taking over a British pound that has initially went into a bearish move, but now is now finding it hard to continue. But let's see. Let's hope that this particular candle is going to take us below that bottom and close below it. Not to swipe it, they need to close below it. So if we're able to see that, then we can finally move our stop loss to that top there. We have 4 minutes remaining for this particular candle to close. So let's hope and see what price does. On the other hand, remember we have a high there that we said if DXY should take it, then we would take partials or we would at least move our stop loss to break even. That's the best thing we can do. So what you can do is you can either close some profit, close some profit once DXY swipes that level, or you can move stop loss to break even, then hope that price doesn't take you out at break even. That's the only thing, and I think break even is the best option you can get in any trade you take. If you can reach a point whereby your stop loss is in break even, that's the best feeling you can ever get. All right, so please, DXY, not DXY, rather, British pound is extremely important that you break that bottom and keep on and close below it. Don't be doing this thing. The more you are doing this thing, the more I'm getting. Why is British pound messing up like this now? I beg, move, Joe. Move, I beg. I don't have time. We've spent enough time here to be dragging small movements. See your mates are already in second leg. You're still in first leg. Come on, grow up. British pound, please grow up. New Zealand dollar is flying down. It's so sad we didn't grab it. It's just flying down, bro. It's just flying down. Australian dollar, the same thing. It's flying down. Both of them share the same continent and they are neighbors, so it makes sense why both of them are moving in sync. British pound on the other side is annoying me, annoyingly annoying me for some reason. It's annoying because I don't know why it's still here. It shouldn't be here anymore. British pound should be at least should be in the second leg by now. At least should be in the second leg, and it's still in the first leg. The first leg that others have dropped and forgot that there was a first leg. And British pound is still in the first leg. Let's see what euro is doing. See, look at euro. Euro that was the other just few minutes ago was maintaining a bullish trend. See where it is now. Seriously going down, moving with conviction, moving with you know. Okay, so we have less than 2 minutes to go. We are currently looking at DXY now. You see that alert there? That alert there. Let me move. You see that place I moved that top into? That's an alert there. So I think we're almost close to it. If market should swipe it now, as a matter of fact, I'm moving stop loss to break even, guys. There is no need for us to wait further. I know uh, what we wanted British pound to do. British pound is yet to do it. We wanted British pound to close below the bottom there, but you can see for some reason it's been finding it hard to do, and I don't know why. And I'm very, very angry with British pound right about now. I'm very, very angry with it. I'm being honest with you because, come on, why should they be delaying that move? They shouldn't be delaying the move. They shouldn't be delaying the move. They shouldn't be delaying the move. We've had a very, reasonable trend here on DXY. You can see that, and we've been following that for only God knows how many hours now. But for British pound to be acting like we've not spent time here, and it's making me feel like I wasted my time and effort trying to short it, is something that I'm very, very, very not happy about. I'm not happy about it because others are flying. Like, I just wish I traded New Zealand, to be honest. I just wish I did. By now, let me even measure itself. Assuming we did take enter at that point. See, I'm now. This is exactly 1 to 2. Our TP will be hitting by now. Exactly 1 to 2. Exactly 1 to 2. We cannot measure this one because this guy did not give us a pullback, but you can see New Zealand gave a pullback, which was okay. Euro on its own too gave a pullback, but in as much as Euro is on the third leg, the first leg was reasonably okay. Second leg is smaller than the first leg, and the third leg also is almost the same height with the second leg, so nothing much has changed here. On this guy here, this moon choco here, we no get sense. This British pound, which is annoying me, is still trading in the first leg. That's the annoying thing. On the first leg, Like the first leg that brought it down is where this guy is still in, and it's annoying. It's annoying. You guys can do better than that, you know? It's annoying. It's annoying. Abba, how your mates, how you feel your mates are doing well? You're the one left behind. It's a shame. British pound is a shame. You need to grow up. Double up, double up, double up. Follow your guys, follow your leaders. Come on, double up. Everybody's doubling up. You're the one. The funny thing is, this guy is the guy that started though. This guy left before every other person. I believe everybody that joined that was live when we saw it will bear me witness. This guy left even before Australian dollar started moving. British pound have already left since, only for it to get stuck in the first leg. They've not been able to break that low. They've not been able to break that low. They've not been able to break that low. They've not been able to break that bottom since how many years ago? Whereas others have reached, New Zealand has already reached TP. If we took it, New Zealand is already on the TP levels. Australian dollar is it didn't give pullback, but I know it's, if I should draw it, let me draw it out. Let me draw it out. Let me see at what point did the trend change at least. Let's start from here. At least from here, came down, came up, came down, up. We have some slight pullback here, but I'll count it as one. Came down, came up. Oh, there's even a small W here. You see, just by drawing this thing, you will now see it. If you just look at it naked eye, you will not even see it. But immediately I just drew it now, you see the W. But the only thing is, we are wearing a pullback, so assuming you entered, ideally that's not the way I trade anyway. Normally I like pullbacks. Everybody know that I like pullback. Okay, so what I would have traded will be around here. Then stop loss of course will be here, but I will go with this other one here. See am now. This one don't even reach TP pass himself. This one is already down on the TP and more. Can you? I'm very angry I'm very angry with British pound now. Like I'm very angry with British pound now. Very angry with British pound now, because come on, what the hell is this now? What the hell is this? How can you be so stalling like that? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. But on the other hand, though, let me calm down and look at it, because it's not all about that. But this M was an internal, so in my defense, and also in British pound defense, because I need to also put British pound in the question. Uh, the overall breakout here would have made sense more here. So here was where the trend fully changed. There is where the trend fully changed. All right. So that low, this low, was where the trend fully changed. So when the market broke here, that small pull up you see here is what I would say was considered as a pullback. Then the continuation went down. So in my defense, I would say Australian dollar, yes, it gave an M, but that M is an internal, and I will explain why it's an internal. If you want that explanation, I'm thirsty. Buy me beer, and I will tell you why. This British brand is very silly. Oh. See person where we they see currency where we they expect should be respecting. Okay, DXY is have hit that level. My alert just beeped now. So DXY has reached that level that I pointed out, and I think the best thing we can do now is stop loss should be in break even. There is no need to be holding again. not to be holding again. There is no need to keep stop loss where it is now. So for me, I'm moving stop loss to break even, and with that, I think we can talk about any other thing, but I think our major goal here is already achieved. So see, my stop loss is now in break even. Bam, I update it. That's all I can do for now. So if market goes up, stop me out. I'm not going to lose anything. But if market continue to sell off, then that's good news for me. That's as simple as that. There is nothing more, nothing more, nothing less. All right, so if you guys like what we do here, you are excited in this small little story that we've been telling ourselves, like and subscribe. Find your friends that has been telling you, oh, I don't know how then they do this trading thing. Oh, I don't know how trading works. Oh, this trading thing is confusing. Oh, this trading thing is a scam. Forex is a scam. This is the time for you to prove them wrong. Yes, I said it. This is the time for you to tell them. Some they should shut up and listen. This is the time to give them knowledge. This is the time to tell them the right thing to do. All right, me, I don't think price is, like I said, is not random anything. Price is deliberate. Price is doing exactly what it wants to do. All you need to do is to understand it and you know brush yourself up. So just by trading higher highs and higher lows, you guys can see how we've been able to manage this trade. It's been fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you guys. And you guys saw how we entered, how we managed it, how we look at the DXY, how we hope for what level that they should break, how we hope for the level that they should not break, how we came up with decisions that we make while we are in the market, with a lot of things. So while we've seen all that, which is good, I want to now gladly say that I appreciate each and every one of you that has made it a necessity to be here every every day. And shout out to Wine Buife, shout out to Ferrami. I hope I got your pronunciation right. I'm sorry if I murdered it, but I mean it. I mean good for you. Shout out to Ima. I don't know if he's here. He's always hiding himself. I don't know if he's in the live stream, but if you are there, shout out to you. Shout out to AB Head and Shoulders. I know he's not here, but I'll be lauding his works. He's my very tight friend, more than a brother, to be honest. Shout out to why am I turning this to a shout out this thing? Even the people I'm shouting out to, none of them is even in the live stream. Probably none of them will even know that I actually did a shout out to them. But yeah, shout out to you guys, most especially the ones that are here. If you are watching me live, you guys are the MVP. It's you guys are the MVP. And for the guys that gave my video a like, you guys are the MVP square, if there's anything like that. So if you followed me to take this trade, uh, maybe you can give me a thumbs up. I don't know if you want, but what I wanted to say is that if you did join me to take this trade, I would recommend you move your stop loss to break even, and let's hope that they don't trade back up again. Let's hope that they will keep on trading down until they reach our TP. If you, I believe everybody have added their TP. Mine is, I've not added my, have I even added? I don't think I've added my TP. I've not added my TP. British pound is very silly. You know that British pound is very silly. I'm still very annoyed. Like, British pound is very, very silly. This market is still trading above. Like, can you imagine? This market is still, this GBP is very interesting. Well, No allow. At least, at least I know I tried my best for them. They don't want to help their life. Me, I cannot kill myself. Let me add my TP because right about now I'm going to be closing the chat and I'll focus on other things that I've kept pending. All right, with that, my guys, I say we bring it. We'll be closing the call thing right about now. If you have any question or anything at all, feel free to reach out either by using the comment section or by you. Okay, you can use the chat section once the stream is closed, but you can use the comment section. If you want to join the Discord channel, let me know also on the comment section and I'll send you the link to join. What else am I forgetting to say? Remember, like the video, subscribe. If you joined live and you've not liked the video, that's not good. Just like that's all we can ask you for. If you are joining live and you've not subscribed, come on. Why are you not subscribed? Subscribe. Turn on the notification so that you can get notification when we have exciting conversations like this. And what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that we chop loss, but the good thing is that you will learn. At least one thing I know for sure is that I try as much as possible to give out knowledge that I know. I'm not a pro, but I know a little about trading. Okay? So the little I know, I will share with you. And I expect each and every one of us, even the little you know, don't get stingy about it. No info. It's not like if you give me information about it, that I'll be more successful than you or whatever. No, there is no competition here, right? So the point of this community we are building, like I said, is we are building a community whereby people can share ideas, knowledge, views, and you know there is this thing that my people say, and I will say it the way they say it, and I will translate it. Okay, asị na agbakọ ọnụ nyụkọ mamịrị, ọ na-eme gịnị? Ọ na-agba ọfụfụ, ọ na-agba ọfụfụ wee. In translation, when a group of people pee in one spot together, it forms. All right. The understanding of that adage is that when you have a community, when people come together to do something, it's more productive and yields results much more than when one person is just doing it. So that's basically the essence of this community we are trying to form. So community of same like mind, same people that have the same dream, the same idea, the same goal, coming together to do something. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, for your family, and yeah, for whatever you want to do. So with that, we will be closing the curtain. Okay, now we want to close the curtain. That's when British pound is breaking our low, which is fine. Oh, it's good to know that they have finally did that. Kudos that they finally did that. But the good thing is that our stop loss is in break even, so we don't care anymore. If they want to go up and scatter our stop loss, no problem. We will not lose anything. All right. But what we want them to do is continue trading down until they reach our TP. I believe when we reach the TP, we will get notification on the Discord channel if we actually reach the TP. All right. In the meantime, I want to wish you guys a wonderful evening, and I hope you guys did had a productive day. For me, I did. For me, it was exciting being here. I'll see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Morning section 6:30, afternoon section 12:30. For now, we'll be closing the stream. It was nice hanging out here with you guys. This is the voice of an FX adventure, and I wish you guys a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.